And there is Sally's, right there, towards the bottom. And Bruce, Doug, and Phil no longer have access to engineering. I could not, sorry, Ted and Sally are logged in. There's Ted's screen, and there's Sally's screen where they're logged in. Next one is the three. I showed them as being in engineering, but if they didn't have that, I thought, well, maybe the permissions were not set up for them to have executable permission to see the directories or files belonging to the engineering group, or reason two, there was an access control list which overrode the group permissions, or three, there could be user permissions more restrictive than the group permissions. Next, Tim is in the quality assurance group and needs a group password. Set one right there towards the bottom, right there, and it was unencrypted. And then to show that Tim was in the group, right there at the bottom, Tim's in the group. Using hardware info, look at the hardware on your machine. There it is. And then the next one was the CPU, so hardware info CPU right there. And then you can see all the information. Next was LSDev. Determine the computer's information. There it is. What directory displays? It's the dev directory. What are in the sys directory? Block bus, class dev, devices, firmware, FS, hypervisor, kernel, module, power. And why are they needed? And let's see. And there they are right there in the blue, right towards the top middle. And why are they needed? Well, because the subdirectories of sys communicate directly with the kernel and give the kernel information in order to operate. The main purpose is to put all hardware together in one tree. Using the px command to determine what processes are running. There, that's one of 4 pages of that. And then the next one was using ls-l, determine the permissions for Ted and Doug. Well, I had to make home directories for everybody because that didn't happen in week 5. And then once I got that, I was able to use the ls-al within each person's directory and get their permissions right there. ls-l didn't work. Use get facl, determine Sally. There it is right there towards the bottom. Those are her permissions. Alright, let's see here. Why is it important to be able to troubleshoot and solve problems? Well, Linux is a tool to compute. If there are problems, then computing isn't happening. Knowing how to solve problems in Linux is the difference between having a system do what it's designed to do and not working well or at all. Solving problems allows Linux to operate. Because humans are involved, there will be problems, and therefore knowledge of troubleshooting will be vital to keep Linux running smoothly. 3 things I would do to suggest they can consider upgrades. First, I would suggest they go to the Macs. Of course, that's silly because they don't do what other things do, but it would make me happy. I would suggest redundant hardware backup in the form of on-site and off-site backup to updates fairly often. 2, I would suggest investing in SSD technology for hard drives that are running Linux and good RAID 10 for backup. Then 3, I would suggest a very carefully controlled environment for the servers where temperature and humidity is optimal for performance and longevity.